first home is one of those mentally challenging things that you'll ever do. And looking back, there's a whole list of things I wish somebody had just sat me down and told me before I did it. My wife, Rachel, and I have helped over 1,600 families buy and sell homes over the last 9 years. But everybody starts somewhere, and there's plenty I learned along the way I'd give anything to have known going in. So this isn't a step-by-step of how to buy a house. It's instead the honest stuff, the things I wish I'd understood before I ever signed, so you don't have to learn the expensive way like a lot of people do. Let's jump right into it. Number one, I wish I knew the bank's number was not my number. The thing I wish I understood first is that the amount a lender approves you for has almost nothing to do with what you should actually spend. You sit down, they look at your income, and they come back with this big, exciting number. And it's so easy to hear that and think that that's your budget. But it's not. That's the maximum they're willing to risk on you, not the amount you can actually live with once real life starts happening around the mortgage. So I wish I'd known to decide my own comfortable number first before anyone at a bank ever said a word, because the moment you let their max number become your target, you talk yourself into a house that owns you instead of the other way around. Number two, I wish I knew how emotional the whole thing gets. Nobody prepared me for how fast your emotions take over the second you find a place that you love. You walk in, you can already picture your life there, where the couch goes, the kids, the dog, and from that point on, the smart, level-headed buyer you were a week ago is basically gone. Suddenly it stops being about whether the house is a good decision and starts being about what do I have to do to get it. The kids get excited, the wife is really happy, and you just ask your agent what I have to do to win this house. That's exactly when people overpay. They waive things they shouldn't, and they stretch past their budget, all because they got attached. I wish I'd known to slow down and look at a house as a financial decision first and a dream second, because the excitement is the very thing that costs you money. Number three, I wish I knew when to walk away. Closely tied to that, the thing I really wish I'd had the guts to understand sooner is that walking away is allowed, and sometimes it's the smartest move you can make. When you've fallen for a house and the seller won't budge, every part of you wants to just give them what they want so you don't lose it. But the willingness to actually walk away is the most powerful position you can be in, and a couple things tend to happen when you do. Sometimes the seller comes back around once they realize you were serious, and sometimes you move on and find something that was actually a way better fit with a seller who's actually willing to work with you. Either way, the person who can walk almost always ends up better off than the person who couldn't. This requires a lot of emotional control and discipline as well. Number four, I wish I'd known my agent and my lender were salespeople. Just gonna call this what it is. This one took me a while to really get it, and that's that the people guiding you through this, they are on your side, but they're also still salespeople, and you can't just hand them the wheel. I say this as an agent myself. Our license is a salesperson's license, and a lender's job is to get you into a loan, not to tell you what you can comfortably afford. Good lenders will still do that, but you need to also watch out for yourself. That doesn't make them villains, it's just the nature of the job. The optimism comes built in. We're excited for you. I wish I'd known to show up already knowing my own number and my own plan, so I was using their expertise instead of being led by it. The buyers who do best are the ones who walk in and say, here's what I need, not the ones who ask the salesperson what they're allowed to want. So, real quick, before we get to the next few, if you're getting close to actually making a move, there's a link in the description below where you can fill out a short form and tell us a little bit about your situation. And my team or I will take a look at it, and we'll reach out if we think we're a good fit to help you with buying a house. No pressure either way. Now let's keep going back to the video. Number five, I wish I knew you could change almost anything except the things you can't. Let's think about this for just a second. Something I really wish I'd understood walking through houses is how much of what wows you is cosmetic. It's finishes, it's what you can see and feel in the home, and how much of what actually matters can never be changed. That gorgeous kitchen, the floors, the paint, the finishes that make you fall in love on the first walkthrough, all of that you can redo down the road if you have to. What you can never change is the location, the lot, and how the light comes into the house, whether there's a yard, and how loud the road out front is. I wish I'd known not to get seduced by the pretty stuff and to weigh the permanent stuff a whole lot heavier, because you can renovate a kitchen for years to come, but you're stuck with that busy street that your house is on forever. Number six, I wish I knew the big repairs would land on me. This one was an expensive lesson because the major systems in a house are where the real money hides, and they have a habit of failing right after you move in. I'm talking about things like the roof, the furnace, air conditioning, the water heater, and this stuff just generally gets replaced every 10 to 20 years, just depends on what it is. So on an older home, there's a real chance one of them is giving out on borrowed time. I wish I'd known to ask exactly how old each one of those systems was instead of assuming they were fine, because if the last owner didn't replace them, guess who's going to write that check when it breaks? A good inspector can tell you roughly how much life is left in each one of these systems, and knowing that going in is the difference between planning for a cost and getting blindsided by it. Think about the age of the home that you're offering on. If that home was built in the 80s, well, you know that it's probably going to be needing a furnace soon. The roof should have been redone. There's like normal things that should have been replaced by now. It's homes from like the 50s and 60s where you know most of that stuff's been totally updated at this point. And of course, a home from 2010, 2015 has almost all new systems still minus the water heater. Number 7, I wish I knew the price tag wasn't the whole bill. The last thing I wish I'd known is that the purchase price and the down payment are nowhere near the full cost. This is just the starting point, and the extras show up right when your bank account is already stretched. Closing costs alone usually land somewhere around 1.5% to 2%, covering things like the appraisal, title insurance, and underwriting, all due the day that you close. Then you actually move in and you realize the bigger place needs furniture and that your taxes and insurance can creep up over the years, even when you thought your loan payment was locked in. Your loan payment will change when the property taxes go up. Your loan payment's also going to change when your insurance goes up, and those things rarely go down, if ever. I wish I'd known to keep a cushion for all of it instead of draining everything into the down payment, because the goal is to enjoy the home those first few months, not panic about every bill that follows it. So those are the things I most wish I'd known before I bought my first home. And if there's a thread running through all of it, it's that the more you understand before you start, the less this whole thing costs you in money and in stress. If you're starting to think seriously about buying and you want a team that's actually going to tell you the truth about a house instead of just trying to sell you one, there's a link in the description below. Fill out the short form, tell us where you're at in the process, and if we think we're a good fit to help, we'll reach out to you. Either way, go into it knowing what I wish I had known, and I'll see you on the next one.